Hello, my dear friends, how are you? Many a times in the life, we think that maybe I have suffered failure after failure. And in that respect, my life is very bad one. And maybe I am quite an unsuccessful person. Indeed, it is a painful situation, not a good one. But, it can be managed. It can be managed and the things will start getting better once we learn how to manage it. Today, we are going to talk about how to manage a situation like this one, how to manage the feelings like this one, and how to start living again in a better manner. So, let's begin with the how to manage it, how to manage the feelings of having a repeated failure after failure. So, there are very important five tips, very effective, very useful five tips and which will help us a lot in alleviating, in mitigating, in rather getting rid of feelings like this one. And the first one is that is reframe failures. We need to reframe it. And how can we frame it, reframe it? We need to view the failures as learning opportunities. We need to view the failures as learning opportunities and not a defining moment at all. Taking We need to learn, we need to view the failures as learning opportunities and not a defining moment at all. After every failure, after every setback, after every difficulty, we need to think that what did I learn out of all that, what did I learn out of all that, and whatever I have learned. So that is very important and precious lesson, and it will help me a lot in leading a better life the remaining part of my life. Now, the second is that focus on the progress. How can we on the progress? It is identifying and celebrating the smaller every win, no matter how small it is. We need to identify. We need to identify first. We need to celebrate it then. We need to appreciate ourselves. We need to become happy. We need to reward ourselves for every success and improvement, no matter how small it is. Every progress, every improvement, no matter how small it is, we need to appreciate ourselves. So now the third thing, that is setting realistic goals. Setting realistic. Sometimes we start behaving like somebody who is having a feeling and sense of grandiosity, and we set the two bigger goals. Our goals are too bigger, and the goal which should have been achieved in 1 year could not be achieved even after the passage of 7 years. So one important reason could be that we were not setting. We should set the realistic goals, and lacking to set the realistic goals, it will result in a failure. So that should be avoided, I think so. So it is the focus, it is the setting of realistic goals and then breaking it down into the smaller goals. Now the fourth important tip is that is practice self compassion. Practicing self compassion. What is this self compassion? How can we practice it? Actually, we need to treat ourselves with a kindness and with understanding. We need to treat ourselves with a kindness and with understanding, and that is how we can practice the self compassion. So that is the fourth item. And the fifth one is seeking sport. Seek sport. Seek sport means connect with the loved ones and mentors are professional. On the one hand, we need to stay connected with the loved ones. On the other hand, we need to contact and we need to stay in touch with the professional and with the mentors. So that is the fifth tip, and the five of these tips are actually very important in mitigating the feelings of having a failed life, or having suffered failure after failure. Now the next item is that the second and the last half is that now from now onward, how can we live a better life? How can we start enjoying our life? So that is again having the five important tips, five very effective tips. The tip number one is identify values and passions. Identification of values and identification of passions. So that is the number one thing. So that is the number one thing Identification of values and passions. It is actually pursuing the activities that bring us joy and that bring us fulfillment as well. Pursuing those activities which bring us joy and which bring us fulfillment as well. Now, the second tip is that cultivating gratitude. Cultivate gratitude. Appreciate the good things in life, no matter how small these things are. Many of the people are of the view that we have no right to become a happy person unless and until we achieve something bigger. I think it is totally and absolutely false, wrong, and hurtful and harmful. What is needed is that identify even the smaller thing, the smaller achievements and the progress, and then appreciate yourself, and then celebrate it. In this manner, we will have more and more confidence. Do not compare yourself, your achievements with that of another person, since everybody have their own journey. Now, the third thing is that is nurturing of relationships. Nurture relationship. Invest in the sportive connection. Making investment. Investment means the time, the effort, and say other even trivial or small sacrifices. And that is nurturing of relationships. That is the tip number three. Now, the tip number four is that is prioritizing well-being. Prioritize well-being. Take care of physical and mental health. Taking care of physical and taking care of mental health. So that is how we can prioritize our well-being, and prioritizing our well-being, that is indeed very, very important and must be the number one priority. The fifth thing is embrace growth, embracing growth. And how can we embrace the growth? We can do that by continuously learning and by continuously challenging ourselves. By continuously learning and by continuously challenging ourselves, that is how we can somehow enhance our capability by embracing growth. We can embrace our growth. Now, very quickly, the five things which will make us feel much better despite all the failure. Number one, reframe failure and view failures as learning opportunities, not defining moment. Now, the second is focus on progress, celebrate small wins, and acknowledge growth. Number three, set realistic goals, break down larger goals into the achievable steps. Number four, practice self compassion, and it is treat yourself with a kindness and with understanding. Number five, seeking support, connect with a loved one and mentors and the professionals. Now, how to stay happy? Identify values and passion. That is, values mean the living principles, and the passions mean the activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Number two, it is the practice of gratitude. Be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter how small is the something which is pleasant. Number three, it is nurturing of relationship. Number four, may mean invest in sportive connection. Number four, prioritizing well-being. Take care of physical and mental health. And number five, and last, embrace growth. Continuously learn by challenging yourself. Continuously learning, continuously challenging yourself. That is all from me today. Thank you very much.